Start the meeting for Town of Coronation, the council meeting for January 27th, 2025. Have an agenda in front of us.
Two additions to the agenda, 16.4 closed session, support section 16, third party business interest under CCTIF. Second item is 8.3 old business, hearing dates for municipal development plan and land use bylaw amendments.
And those are, you want to take those as you have them in our revised agenda?
They're in the revised, yes.
I can move the agenda.
Brett moves the agenda, all in favor? Carried. You'll start on the 16.4 closed session of council. Right?
No, we'll go through the regular.
Oh, I asked you if you wanted to go the way you had them
Oh,
on.
sorry. No.
You said yes, so,
No, that's just adding it to the agenda. Those are the numbers that they'll fall in.
okay, back to 3.1 minutes from January 13th. Didn't see anything on there to. Oh. I did. The attendance is wrong. There should be more in the absent.
Yeah.
Take it, somebody want to move those with the change?
The correction, I will.
Brett moves with the change, all in favor? Carried. December 23rd. Council minutes. Was there anything in there, anybody saw?
I can move the minutes unless anybody else had any concerns.
Go with Brett this time. All in favor? Carried. Business 8.1. Coronation Campground contract.
Okay, so I provided council with the campground attendant contract for the 2025 year. We've had one application so far. We are looking at a closing date of February 15th, so if it hasn't been posted already for the very near future here, so we can make sure that that's closed and we can get someone brought on board. People brought on board. So basically what we're looking for from council is if you like the contract the way it is, or if you have any questions about the contract as it sits right now, or if there's any amendments that you'd like to propose. I know one of the things that did come out from last year was the request to be more lenient on site from a few people that were talking about applying, and then there's also the individual that did do it last year had also said that it can be challenging to try and find accommodation if they got to borrow or rent. So just something to keep in consideration. The other note was there may be more people that be willing to apply if there was a bit more flexibility. So.
We've always had a bit of flexibility on what people apply, what they say they want to do, but this looks pretty good for what it's, And if somebody comes in with something really different, say, well, because this is just a draft till we hire somebody and they have their put into it.
Correct, yeah. I needed something to provide to people that apply just so they have something to go on.
Absolutely.
What is their thoughts and opinions so that we can have that conversation at a later date, but I didn't want to send anything out without kind of discussing it with council first. Because I know we've been trying to work this iron this out for the last year now, so I'll make sure I want to get it right this year.
I don't know if you get many people apply with that wage. By the time they take their taxes, account for their taxes coming off of it, $3,000 isn't a heck of a lot to make out there for the amount of work they do.
It has been an ongoing debate with people that have been applying that have asked about that. And then I did have a couple that said they weren't really interested, just that it wasn't paying as much as other places, but We had kind of discussed it last year, so those are the last year's rates that we have kind of kept in there, but if council wants to have that discussion and change that, we're more, now would be the perfect time.
I don't know if we want to change it, but if people want more, we should still encourage them to apply.
The only thing that gets challenging is when they start early and they go later into the season. So right now, the contract kind of outlines what it would be for the 5 month period, but
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, we're going earlier, we're starting earlier to get prepared and we're getting things ready, plus training. And then they're going further depending on the season. So if the season's good until end of October, for example, we could end up being in November before shutdown. So it does affect the contract itself, but we've been trying to work with people as best we can, especially in the last couple of years, but I want to make sure that we're encapsulating that in the contract. And that's kind of out. Technically, it hasn't really been, it's just we've been kind of working with people. On those premises.
Yeah, well, if they're working extra time, we're amenable to paying them, like,
Exactly, yeah.
that's kind of,
Will not be paid, so.
Absolutely not.
we have kind of a window when we think it's gonna be, but if we are lucky and we have extra time, we're not about paying, that's for sure.
There's always every year we do have a few campers that just don't. Very last day. So, I think last year there was 3 that wanted to stay to the very last minute and then they've moved. So we worked with them and they were pretty good. They were with us for over 8 months.
Say that more the crew type.
They even came out early too, so.
Should just keep a certain section of the campground open for, at that time of year where there might only be 3 to 6 trailers or whatever.
Yeah.
So we can close the rest of it.
The only issue that we have is when we blow the water lines and the sewer lines, it's all kind of all one piece, so
I was just gonna say, they might have to lose water and sewer still have power.
they can definitely stay longer after there's
Yeah.
the services.
It's kind of that condition.
After first freeze basically is when everything gets blown out. We try to catch it at first freeze, I should say.
It's worked pretty good when they blew it out the last times when we do it ourselves, isn't it? That was a few years ago when we had a problem,
And we have,
and they got the line out there all set up, so if it is a problem, they can get to the frozen parts easier.
No, I thought it was all right.
So do we wanna pass this as just giving Quentin direction, or do you wanna pass it as a hard motion, or?
I don't think we can pass it, but like you say, if there's discrepancies or it's come back, yeah. At least it gives you something to,
Yeah, something to work off of.
a template to.
yeah, and if you're, okay, we can kind of go into negotiations a little bit and then bring that back to council for approval, for final approval.
Well, yeah, I think when it comes to the dollar amount, it's negotiable, I think.
Is there a certain threshold we want to stay within? So that if we are talking, then that can just be kind of straightforward about where we can and can't be. Or do we want to just leave it open for closed session discussion later?
Probably just leave that tomorrow, closed session,
Well, yeah, it'd be nice to know.
because you're not gonna, if we set a number now as the highest, you probably won't get anybody under that.
Okay.
No, I just said it.
But it'd be nice to see what the numbers of the
Yeah.
campground have been the last couple of years, so we can get a better idea
That's right.
what we can afford to pay
Okay.
going on the with the good years we've had, so.
Campground numbers back to council.
So do we wanna pass this? Approval, or do you wanna?
I'm fine with it, other than.
Yeah.
I just think the dollar amount is gonna be detriment if we listed it for 1,000. To me,
Yep.
cost of living and everything that's gone up in the last couple of years, it's just.
What I could do.
Number of years, I should say.
Maybe. Then,
Say it's negotiable.
Yeah, just. And then people, yeah.
there any way you could get some numbers from some of our neighboring, like just to compare to, or?
Yep.
Like, I'm just thinking Hardesty and Burma, I don't know.
I'll make that motion. You got it all, Quentin? Or did I?
I got the parts that we need to do.
Who's that, all in favor? 8.2, community engagement, community vision discussion.
So unfortunately, that was scheduled for tonight, and due to some unforeseen circumstances with the facilitator, she wasn't able to make it tonight. Reason, so she's asked if we could move that to February. And she's also gonna provide some better marketing material. Actual dates, so. However, if council feels that the 24th, sorry, not 27th. The 24th isn't gonna work, then we could move that date to another time. We just need to let her know as soon as possible.
The 24th is when we have council again.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I just think the
That's my own.
time is horrible.
Okay,
I just think
Well, we'll be rushed, like,
I won't get there for 5 o'clock, I'll guarantee it, but other people that will be just getting off work
and
and
that's my concern too.
supper time. I just don't think it.
we can do another date. She's flexible in the time on the during the week. She will also do a weekend as well, if that's something the council's interested in.
Can't we just
Weekends are pretty busy for people.
move our council meeting date? Could we just do it on the?
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
or something?
do that.
We could, yeah, if you want
Or
to,
do this on the Tuesday.
you could do this on Tuesday.
No, this.
She's gave us-
This day works for her, right?
Yeah, this date does work for her, but
So
Well-
we've got enough time, we could just
I'm
move
fine
our
with it.
council meeting to the Tuesday.
because we had just have to advertise that the council meetings been moved, so.
Yeah.
Either way, we're gonna have to advertise, so.
She is staying at night, correct?
She hasn't decided yet.
Like, I'm just wondering if we could have it for 7 o'clock, just engage, like for, I don't know. But then that's gonna make it later for her, so.
Probably best, it's, even though the days are getting longer, it'd still be all driving in the dark.
But I also,
offered that out to her, so,
Yeah. But I agreed with Mark, like, was my concern too, is just being that early, I don't, when people are.
okay. What I could maybe do that is I'll email her first thing in the morning. I will get back to council as soon as possible.
Perfect.
If you're okay with it, she's okay with it, then we'll go with
Yep,
that.
cause then we can get advertising.
Maybe an alternative time and date if we want to go with that, just in case. Maybe we'll give her an option as well, just in case. You can.
Does anybody have meetings on the 25th?
I don't know as of now.
I don't have anything now.
I know, that's
That's like a
the
month
same as
ago.
me, right?
Or your month looks not too bad, and then you start getting, all of a sudden it's all full.
But if we know by the next day or two, right?
Yeah,
Well, I would say like shoot for this date, and if that doesn't work for her, then let her pick a date. And like I said, in my opinion, I don't know about these guys, like just maybe 7 o'clock instead of,
So do we just accept this as information and Quentin will get back to us tomorrow?
yeah, and I'll send it by email.
and not like, so then we can get advertising it.
Yeah, because we want to at least, well, part of the municipal government act, it has to be at least 2 weeks
Yeah.
notification, so.
And we should put it in the paper, and I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it out there. Perfect.
You can accept it as info for now.
Yeah. Mark moves to accept this as info. Information, all in favor? Carried. 8.2, public hearing dates for municipal development plan and land use bylaw amendments.
Okay, so because we weren't able to conduct these the last council meeting, I needed another date for these, and they have to be solidified and confirmed. We can't change the dates, because if we change, we have to wait another month.
Okay,
So they have to be re-advertised each time.
I see it has it in here as February 24th. Is it all right to move it to the 25th as well?
That's what
We
I'm,
could move this to the 25th, yes.
We'll just
same as our meeting.
wait till we see what you come back
Yeah.
with tomorrow, and then we can make a date
Okay,
for
do
this too.
you want to just set this so that
Tentatively.
next
I
council?
was just gonna say, I can, yeah, that's what we'll do, and then we decide the date.
Moves that. All in favor? Carried. 9.1, Pro Rodeo Association Valentine's Day.
So the Pro Rodeo is asking if the town could support them with a $400 donation, sorry. $450 donation for the hall, Valentine's Day event. It's one of their bigger events. They weren't able to do the New Year's. They're gonna try the Valentine's Day event, to try and fundraise. They had, a bit more costs and, less, money from the last year than they expected.
Mhm.
That out.
I think actually pretty easy to do.
I just worry about we start doing it for one, how many more are gonna come? We have churches and
Yeah, but if they're asking
I wanna support if we can. That's my only.
Yeah.
It all
asking us is for that and they're putting on fundraisers to try to raise extra, I'm quite good with.
Yeah.
For
I mean, they're doing the efforts.
covering the hall rental anyway, yeah.
I'll make the motion.
Cody makes a motion that we donate the hall rental for the rodeo association, all in favor? Carried. Do we want to get tickets to it for anybody or?
I won't be here, so. No, thanks for me.
I don't know what's going on that weekend. If we go, we'll buy our own. So.
Okay, so anybody go on and buy their own? Okay, 9.2 Cornation Library background proposal.
So the library board has approached me and requested additional funding for the moving forward. Their 14,000 that the municipality's been providing them for a number of years isn't meeting the needs of population and the costs going up. They're putting the heat on that as well, including the utilities and rent. And then with the casinos being reduced and
Biggest.
limiting their abilities to spend money on certain items like I believe they fall in the category, they can't actually use their casino funds for utilities anymore. So they're asking for an additional $8,150. The county has also provided an increase to their yearly allocation, so also move forward to give them the $850, be a total of 22,000. Municipality does receive an additional amount of money through LGFF operating, so we'd still be able to cover this. GFF operating. And so we're still doubled at that amount, and I've been told that there will be a contract coming that will be from stated the double mark, so we will be able to facilitate that increase through that
We're
out.
getting extra for LGFF like this year, but that's next year.
It's already been good.
Yeah. But I mean, that was their thing. They were, yes, it went up, but is it not also supposed to go down again?
It'll go down by percent, so it should stay up high enough that we wouldn't need to worry about that. We're spending just about that so far.
Mhm.
So it'd be good to use that as much as we can.
I think we'll probably be spending all of it before we're done.
Yeah,
That's,
well, that's the capital as well, so this will be the operating, so.
Yeah.
And obviously.
over there and some,
It's a,
Very busy. place.
a few people that aren't busy at other stuff. That's something we can go do.
it's a service I think we need to support, so. I just hope this year they can get the summer reading program back going.
I do have plans for coming and giving a presentation to council here, what do we, as well, so. And like I said, they haven't asked for an increase for quite a number of
No,
years. so.
they've been making do with,
Same thing, they try their best to spend
Yep.
every dollar as best as possible.
I'll make that motion.
The biggest thing was the casino.
So the casino, they aren't getting into the casino again, or
We
they?
can get it, it's just what you're allowed to spend it on now, they've changed all the rules.
Yeah.
Because we don't own,
And the timeframes are a little longer now because there's more people going.
Yeah.
You just,
yeah, that too, but yeah, it's just.
yeah, and then, yeah, now you can't spend it on utilities, which is ridiculous.
That was the thing, well, could you spend it on the utilities of the building?
And yeah,
I think that was the clause.
you own the
There's a
building.
difference, yeah.
And then we tried, seeing if we could pull some fast ones. But no, they won't budge.
Okay, Mark moved that we approve this. All in favor? Carried. Ten point one, council reports. Considering it was over Christmas and everything, there won't be too much. What have you got, anything?
No, not much.
Wellness Society, meeting next week, hopefully. Just wanted to put out there, we got a new lock coming at the gym, so in the next couple weeks, everyone at the fob will have to come to the office and sign a new waiver, trade in their fob for a new one. That's about all I got.
That'll be good, because even though we haven't had real cold winter.
Batteries haven't died in the last year.
Quit working and it was a mess, yeah.
We've been good so far.
Yeah.
Knock on wood is right. I don't know if it's kind of wood, but it's close enough. Mark?
Haven't had much on the schedule, and the one that was on the schedule I wasn't able to make, just timing wise, so. Don't really have anything other than guys are doing a good job of today getting the streets down. Well, it's nice.
They did nice on this one out here, didn't they? Victoria. Got it down by the
Yeah, they got the
curb showing.
yeah. Just, I wish we never would have put them swales in a couple of sidewalks, because they just collect water,
Yeah,
ice.
but
Especially
some
this
people do
weather.
need them, so
Yeah, we have all the corners, intersections, they're down, but
that's not, telling them to go down to the corner isn't what they
no,
want to do now, so. But yeah, they do collect water and collect ice actually at this time of year.
yeah, it's ice.
And I know that Lewis also wanted us to thank the community for kind of letting them work. So they really helped them out, get things done.
Absolutely.
No, it doesn't, the signs out there, hopefully that helps that people don't park there as much, because it's nice to know where it's going to be though.
It goes a lot quicker when there's open space, so.
There's a lot less vehicles, yeah.
Well, it makes a big difference when you don't have to move around everything.
And not everybody else is going to be like Al and go out at 5 a.m. with the grader. Or 4 or whatever he used to do. But yeah. Brett?
I'm embarrassed to say I didn't make much because I was sick, so I'm kind of a nil too, unfortunately. But I'm finally on the mend and it
That's good.
was a rough 10-12 days.
Yeah, don't push it too hard.
I
You know.
did want to just mention I'll be gone from February 12th to the 17th as I'm actually leaving the country for a few days, so just want to make sure we're
Have a safe trip.
I hope so.
Go to someplace warm.
Yeah. Good. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, so I had County Coordination Housing Authority had meetings with MP Engineering over the last bits of information for CMHC and Alberta Housing Project. It should be, we have another one on Wednesday, and hopefully we have everything in because the deadline is the 31st, so. Had a Braid Lunch and Learn. Had a presentation from Prairie Town on programs and grants they have for communities. And you just have to go on and look, because there's way too many for me to say them all out here, and various stuff you can do it for, but and the ones we deal with kind of want you to get it and get your stuff done, so. We're there. CIB had a work bee. We took down the nativity scene, the poinsettia tree, the lights and decorations off the Christmas tree. And we picked probably the warmest day we've had so far this year, so
Nice.
we were quite lucky. Big thanks to Lead Projects and Gary Rencher and Mike Green. They're helping. Town of Coronation and Trace Lundy was there, as well Ted and Shelley Cook, Rob Duquette, Hugh McClarty, and Nora Webb, and I'm not sure if there's a few others that I missed, I'm sorry, but it went so quick that some that were gonna come in the afternoon, we were all done already.
Nice.
Yeah, well, it's nice.
Well, it always comes down quick drive,
It comes down quicker.
especially if it's nicer weather.
The town was also taking their stuff down, and that went a lot quicker, and that helped out, and Gary said, well, I want a coffee, and they took him and got him a coffee, because the one store wasn't open beside us, so, yeah, and a sandwich, and he was good to go, so.
Perfect.
Do we have any questions for anybody on their reports?
The reports.
Mark moves to accept the reports, all in favor? Carried. SAO report.
Busy month. So one of the highlights that I'd like to put in there is the we got some greenhouse investors that are looking to come to formation still. So they were out actually on last Saturday looking at spots and looking at land, so. They're very, very excited to work with the town and work with the community, so. They are gonna be providing more information here in the short term, and they wanna get moving as soon as possible. They're looking at five different greenhouse, products, and they're looking at minimum of 5 greenhouses to start. Each 10,000 square feet. They'll be coming back again, to review, land locations, and then they'll be right away. They have provided us with a draft, agreement tonight with that as well, so it'll be done in closed session. I went to the school and helped out with grade 10 resume interviews. That was really fun, so thanks to the school for inviting me. I really enjoyed myself. That was a lot of fun. I wish them the best and hopefully. Snow removal has been going. It's been a little bit rough going. We've had equipment failures and breakdowns, and it's been.
And the rains don't help.
Yeah, right now our sanders,
I wondered.
the chain inside the actual belt snapped, so they're trying to replace that, but we gotta order the chain in. So we have got coverage right now.
Yeah, I saw a different, yeah.
So the challenge there is just we gotta try and find that chain, and I think they found a chain, so they're trying to get that brought in here so they can get that welded in, and thanks to Lee, they've been helping us out with that. Really kind of helped us get going, so they've also replaced some of the paneling on there that worn out, so I think they're gonna be putting some new steel blocking on there, so we don't have overspray like we had before. So hopefully we can get that sander back as soon as possible. The grader had another breakdown, but it's been repaired. We had another sensor or 2 sensors went on the grader. So the sensors were replaced, and we're back on operational, obviously with today noticeable. Other than that, I think I don't really have anything outside of my notes that I provided to council. Are there any questions? And
Any questions for Kevin?
Motion.
Cody makes motion accepting. Sale report as information, all in favor? Great. Cash reports, accounts payable. There's quite a few.
Yeah. You can tell it's been a while. Just had a question, number 25546. Some LED Asher contracting or something, I just wasn't sure, that didn't ring a bell.
that's for the sanding truck.
Outstanding. It's from Monaco.
Does anybody else have any questions? I'd be willing to make a motion to pay the balance.
Those who pay the bills, any other questions? All in favor? Carried. Revenue and expense report, do we want a motion for each?
No, you can do all in one.
Jumping off the page right now, so I'll move the revenue and expense reports from for the 31st December of 2024, the 13th and the 27th of January 2025.
Mark, moves to do all of them, all in favor? Great. Closed session 16.1. Section 16, 30. Business.
I'll make a motion.
Brett moves it on camera, all in favor? Okay.